this is Ghost45. I'm back again. This is part 2 of the top 20 abandoned areas in the world. So, part 2, this is going to be kind of short, I don't know, but part 2. Let's get this video started right now.
Humberstone, Chile. Humberstone, Chile was built around the rush to produce sodium nitrate as a fertilizer. However, when the American economy went under during the Great Depression, demand significantly dropped. By the time the world economy had recovered, most investors had shifted their interest to other fertilizers, leaving this town quite literally in the dust. The town suffered a slow demise, taking 3 decades to become completely abandoned. It wasn't until 1961 that the factory offices shut down completely. The towns were left to sit as they were when the residents left. The dry sand from the encroaching deserts drifted through the abandoned schools and the theater. At the factories, the machinery remains as it was left, and the workers' homes still stand there today.
A poor doggy.
Bodie, California. Founded in 1876, Bodie is the authentic American ghost.
God damn, that looks like freaking Red Dead Redemption 2 off that bitch. Like, literally, like, that's a small ass town, and this town reminds me of Red Dead Redemption. Like, literally, come on. In Red Dead Redemption 1, it was okay, but 2, it gets scary when you're alone. You know, traveling around the map, and you'll definitely find something very creepy every fucking night on that fucking game. Ugh.
Town. It started life as a small mining settlement, though found even more fortune from nearby mines that attracted thousands. Dwindling resources proved fatal, however, and although greatly reduced in prominence, Bodie held a permanent residency through most of the 20th century. Today, Bodie is preserved in a state of arrested decay. Only a small part of the town survives. Visitors can walk through the deserted streets of the town, and interiors remain as they were left and stocked with goods. Bodie is open all year, but the long road that leads to it is usually closed in the winter due to heavy snowfall.
Bourg-sur-Glane, France. Bourg-sur-Glane is a town in west-central France. On June 10th, 1944, the village had the extremely bad fortune of being confused with nearby Oradour-sur-Veries by a Nazi panzer unit, which believed that a Waffen-SS officer was being held by the villagers there. The Nazis massacred 642 men, women, and children with incendiary devices and machine gun fire before the mistake was cleared up. The French president ordered the town to be rebuilt, and it was, but he also ordered that the ruins of the old town should stay as a reminder, and they did. A plaque, roughly translating to "so as not to forget," is the only modern addition to this town.
Damn, that's deep shit.
City Hall Subway Station, New York City. Under the busy streets of New York City rests a perfectly preserved monument to that city's transportation history. The City Hall Subway Station was first constructed over 100 years ago, a part of New York's earliest underground transport network. It was shut down in 1945, where it lay dormant and untouched. In video game-related media, the subway station was also featured as a location or level in several video games. Wonderland Amusement Parks, Beijing. The sprawling amusement park complex outside Beijing was abandoned halfway through its construction in 1998. Now it stands empty, in the middle of a field, otherwise good for crops. Finished fairy tale facades, housing empty spaces, as well as huge hollow buildings dot the complex. A giant metal skeleton of a mall rusts next to completed walkways and food kiosks. Even the giant Disneyland-like castle at the entrance to the park was unfinished, making the structure look like a cross between an eerie missile silo and a cathedral of brutalist architecture. Centralia, Pennsylvania. The coal industry was the principal employer in the community until the 1960s, when most of the companies went out of business. An exposed vein of coal ignited in 1962, thanks to weekly garbage burning, and as a result, a huge underground coal fire commenced. Attempts to extinguish the fire were unsuccessful, and it continued to burn throughout the 1960s and 70s. Adverse health effects were reported by several people due to the carbon monoxide being produced. In 1979, locals became aware of the scale of the problem when a gas station reported a fuel temperature of 172 degrees. This provoked widespread attention, boosted in 1981 when a 12-year-old almost plunged to his death as a 4-foot-wide, 150-foot deep sinkhole suddenly opened beneath his feet. In 1984, $42 million were spent on relocation, with most residents moving to the nearby Mount Caramel and Ashland towns. In 1992, Pennsylvania condemned all houses, and the fire still rages on. According to experts, it could continue to do so for another 250 years. Varasha, Cyprus. Varasha, or the Ghost City, is an old, worn-down town. But why was it abandoned? On May 11th, 1984, the UN Security Council claimed that attempts to settle any part of Varasha by people other than its current inhabitants is inadmissible. Because the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus are not allowed to resettle in the area, and thus the area is under the TRNC's control. This led to the abandonment of the Varasha district. Since 1974, entry to the district is forbidden, with the exception of the TSK personnel. Few have ventured inside. It is a dangerous area, as the military are trained to shoot on sight.
Gunganjima, Japan. Hashima Island, meaning border island, is one among 505 uninhabited islands in the Nagasaki prefecture of Japan. It began in 1890 when a company called Mitsubishi bought the island and began a project to retrieve coal from the bottom of the sea. This attracted much attention, and in 1916 they were forced to build Japan's first large concrete building on the island, a block of apartments that would both accommodate the seas of workers and protect them from hurricanes. As petroleum replaced coal in Japan in the 1960s, coal mines began shutting down all over the country, and Hashima's mines were no exception. In 1974, Mitsubishi officially announced the closing of the mine, and today it is empty and bare, with travel currently prohibited. The island was the location for the 2000 film Battle Royale 2, and inspired the final level of the popular Asian video game, Killer 7.
Pripyat, Ukraine. Pripyat is an abandoned city in a zone of alienation in northern Ukraine. The city had been home to most of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant workers.
Then, the Chernobyl disaster struck in 1986, and the place was abandoned due to the threat of radiation. However, at some time, at the beginning of the 21st century, the place was looted heavily, and nothing was left behind. The city will not be habitable for humans for several years to come, and even then, it'll be a long time before people consider it healthy to develop once again.
shit. Well, that's it. Man, I thought something's gonna pop out or something. I did like this, like, holy shit, something's gonna pop out. Nothing did, so there you go. Yeah, I'm kind of recording a little late. I have to go right now because I'm gonna watch Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. And tomorrow I'm gonna do the same thing, react to a different video. And don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it to anyone who did not see Star Wars. Don't worry, when I see it, I'm gonna zip it. Well, I'm wearing a mask, so there you go. So, hope you guys enjoy this video, and hope you guys enjoy your Christmas. Drive safe, because there's a lot of officers around the United States of America and around, you know, under the freaking bridges, anywhere. They can hide anywhere, but you just gotta be careful. So drive safe. I know it's gotta be, I know up there in the United States there's snow. I know it's raining, and I know the wind is blowing like hell. I don't know, but I'm just saying what's on my mind. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share the video. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hope you enjoy your Christmas. Peace.